What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Earth Media, and today we are looking at issue 2 of Life is Strange: Settling Dust. It really seems like we're building up to a climax in this issue. It feels like the penultimate issue, like the next one's going to be the last one, but there's no confirmation of that either way in the issue itself, so don't quote me on that, but it really feels like we're building up to that final encounter. Last issue, we ended with a storm building on the horizon. There's this concert / Shakespeare play tour going on that they've been going through for multiple issues now. And there's this big show that was going to happen, but now there's a storm instead. And now Max and Chloe and Pixie and Tristan, they all think that this is the opportunity to bridge the gap between the dimensions. And we will only find out next issue, because spoiler alert, we don't find out this issue. But that's okay, you need cliffhangers, you know? So we start off with Steph and all the other event planners discussing the situation, little exposition. Then we have this nice scene where, it's kind of a goodbye scene. And, Max here is saying, like, that she can... last issue, we got her realizing that she could isolate particular objects and only reverse time for those particular objects. Now, I'm not really sure why that was necessary, but I guess this is why she's saying that she can isolate heat and air pressure. And to me, like, that wasn't set up at all. We only set her up doing that with physical objects, solid objects especially. So I don't know, we didn't have any setup for this. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It's a cool concept, but it's very convenient, it doesn't really feel like that same struggle. But I guess we just have to accept that. But I'm not really sure how I feel about it, to be honest. But then we got this nice goodbye scene. We got this full page spread here. I like this spread a lot. It did make me think about the fact that we didn't really see some of the conflict I feel like could have really come from this scenario. Like, I feel like Max, and now that Rachel knows the truth about Max being from another dimension and she was hooking up with Chloe in the other dimension, I feel like there should be some jealousy there, maybe not in this scene in particular, but just in the comic in general. I feel like it's a missed opportunity for some drama. We saw Max deal with some dormant feelings, but she seems to be able to separate this Chloe from her Chloe, which, I feel like it's a missed opportunity for some conflict. And Rachel, I feel like should have that jealousy going on, but she's supportive and all that. So, I mean, we could have built to this scene, but it would have been nice to see some of that conflict earlier. So, just wanted to throw that out there. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, so this is a nice scene. And then we get this scene with these two guys. And this guy's kind of a bully, and he's like, go get me water. He's kind of refusing. And then this part, I'm not really sure how I feel about either. We got Tristan, like, confronting these two. And he, I don't disagree with what Tristan is saying here. He's confronting him, saying, like, you're bullying this guy and you should get the water yourself. And then he's like, you're letting him walk all over you, basically. And I appreciate the sentiment. It just feels out of character for Tristan. We didn't really build up to this. He's been an awkward guy, doesn't know how to deal with people. That's been his character since he was introduced. So feels a little out of character for him to be so confrontational with no setup for it. We did set up that he does like this guy in the other universe, I think. I'm a little confused about that, but I think it's the other universe version of that guy that Tristan likes. Which, again, maybe they set that up, but I must have missed that. I'd have to go reread the issues to find out for sure. But, it just feels a little out of character. So, I don't know, I just wasn't really vibing with this scene too much. Maybe if it was a different character, like Chloe, this is something Chloe would do, Or maybe if he was closer with Chloe, and then Chloe got him to get out of his shell, or something like that, it's some kind of preceding element. It just feels
It just feels out of character. I don't feel like Tristan would be this confrontational at all. That's just me, though. And then I was confused with this scene because in this part they're like, I've been messaging Tristan. I was like, what do you mean? He was just talking to you. And I was like, oh, they didn't signify that this was a change in dimension, or like, I get it now because now I see Pixie, you know, her hijab, I guess you would call it, is a different color. But like she's small in that panel. I didn't notice it at first. So yeah, it was just like it took me a second to catch up with it. So it was a little confusing. Maybe even a little meanwhile in the other dimension thing, like, I don't know, it was just confusing at first, but, you know, now I get it. So, and of course, when Chloe shows up, you're like, oh, okay, now I know, for sure. But yeah, and then she says that Tristan messaged her instead of this guy that he likes, which seems a little out of character, but then there's only one Tristan, right? So he's in the other dimension, maybe she made that up. I don't know, this scene, a little confusing. I don't even know that it was really necessary, but then they got this guy like kind of, you know, he's like, me? He mentioned me? And, you know, and I guess that's cute, but like, I don't know, it feels like there wasn't set up for that either. So I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical, but, you know, I'm just not sure about it. I'll be honest. This scene I really like. Okay, so we got Victoria's ex, I guess you could say, and this girl's talking to him. She's really interested in hanging out. She wants him to go to the party after the show and all that, and he's just not interested. He's thinking about other things. And then we get this nice scene here, and we get this, I'm really worried about you, and you're wondering who he's talking about. You get the page turn, and it's Victoria. She's really broken up because she lived through a storm before. She's really traumatized. And it's just this really, really nice scene. And he's like, you know, and then he's like, I'll go if you want me to. And then she's like, no, stay. And, you know, this just felt really real and really human. And it's a moving scene. And, you know, as much as I might have disliked Victoria in the past, you know, it's hard not to feel for her here. So this scene, great scene. Love it. And then now it's time for the build-up. You know, it's nighttime, and they're about to go out. Now, Pixie has a card to get out of here, and I'm not really... She says, like, some of us booked hotel rooms. Are they in a hotel? I don't know. They didn't set that up. I'm confused by that line. Somebody who gets it, please feel free to explain it to me. But, yeah, I don't really get how she has that key card, or I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. But maybe I just missed something, you know? And then I love the art in this part, like looking at the storm. It looks like a tornado or something, like, I don't really know what's going on here. It looks like it's reminiscent of the storm from, you know, the original game, of course. And the coloration is really cool. We get this purple light. I don't know what it's from, if that's just like means, you know, the interdimensionality of it. And then they're trying to set up these parallel universes to have similar, you know, we got the same people, you know, and then Tristan and Max are gonna, you know, bridge the gap between the universes, and that's all good. And I love this panel right here. Really good spread there. I really like that. And then it's a cliffhanger, and then it's like, well, we're gonna deal with it again. It feels like it's very similar to the cliffhanger we just got in the last issue. So, you know, I don't know if it was a little. I get it. She's like, I'm not dust, I'm not a butterfly, and I'm not afraid of you anymore. You being the storm. So we'll see. You know, I'm curious to see how they're gonna wrap it up. If it really is the next issue, and then we're done. You know, I'm not really ready for this to be over. I like this series, you know. But if the next issue is the end, it totally fits, makes sense. Unless they, you know, just start another story arc with a whole new conflict. But, you know, if Max's abilities, like, we have to see her struggle in this next issue, because if it's just like she's never isolated heat or elements of the universe, she's isolated objects and reversed the time. And also, like, reversing time, you know, it just makes the storm happen later. You know, I guess it works out for them. I'm just like, a little confused, like, why that would help in this situation. Isn't the storm, like, what makes them able to bridge the gap? I don't know, I'm a little confused about that part. So yeah, the Max's abilities and stuff, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But that's okay, we'll see in the next issue how it pulls off, and I'll let you guys know what I think then. But yeah, really digging this climax. I think there's a lot of potential here for something really exciting and interesting. And, you know, I hope, you know, honestly, like, I want to see a happy ending, of course, because that's what I want in my heart. But the dramatist in me, I want something a little more out of the ending. So I almost want it to be a tragic ending. Or some kind of twist. Maybe there's a price to be paid. That, it, you know, somebody gets hurt or something happens. You know, I don't know. I don't just want them to just magically solve this like that. And then, you know, oh, we solved the problem and now we're back together again. I mean, that'd be fine as an ending. I just want a little something more out of it. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment, but, you know, the original Life is Strange, there was a price to be paid. You know, it was either you go back and fix everything by letting Chloe die, or you lose the town. Like, there is a heavy price to be paid, no matter what decision you made at the end. And I would like to see something like that in the end of this comic here. But we'll let the storytellers decide that, and we'll figure that out next issue. So I'm excited to see that. And then we get this, you know, another Life is Strange True Colors thing. And here's the funny thing with this is, like, this is like the second one we've had, or is it the third? It's like the third or fourth little extra tag here. And there's also Free Comic Book Day. I didn't do a review of that one because it was mostly just a recap of the events of the comic so far. It was done really well. It had Steph and Pixie playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons over Zoom. And, you know, it was fine. It wasn't really anything earth-shattering. So it wasn't enough to really do a review on. You know, the only criticism I have is that Steph doesn't know anything about the situation, and her D&D plot was eerily similar to what's going on. I mean, you know, it works, so I'm not really complaining. It just felt a little convenient, you know. But yeah, the other half of that Free Comic Book Day was the True Colors thing, and she's having yet another conversation with people on the bus. Like, I've never had a bus drive where I'm talking to all these different people, you know what I mean? It's just like, how long are we going to stretch out this bus ride for? So, I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if this is going to be the last issue or what. It's supposedly coming out in November, but this issue was late. It was supposed to come out in September, I think, and it didn't come out till October, halfway through it. And I'm coming to it late, but hopefully you guys are still interested in checking out what I have to say about it, you know? And then we get, here's the preview of the cover for next week. I'm honestly not that wild about it, but my comic book store has only been getting cover A, so I'm probably going to get cover A. I mean, I like the color scheme. I don't know, some about it just doesn't really work for me. I don't know what it is exactly, but, you know, that's okay. So that's my review of this issue, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I will continue to review these comics as they come out because I'm a huge Life is Strange fan. I have yet to play the new Life is Strange because I refuse to pay $60 for a game that's going to last me 6 hours. And as much as I want to cover it for this channel, if I was making money off this channel right now, I would definitely do it. But I'm probably going to wait for it to go on sale. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the remastered of Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm coming out the top of next year. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. So we'll see which one I get to first. But, you know, I'm not looking into spoilers for the new Life is Strange. I want to play it live on stream with you guys. So, you know, hopefully it goes on sale soon. I'm hoping for a December sale, but we'll see. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Keep it locked on Shook Earth Media. Subscribe if you want to see more Life is Strange videos or more comic videos, and we do a lot of Walking Dead reviews. We do movies and TV and stuff like that, and we're talking about behind the scenes stuff with movies. I'm trying to branch out and see what you guys enjoy. So, but these Life is Strange videos tend to do well. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. We'd love to talk with you guys. And with that, I bid you adieu. Everybody have a good one.